It was the coldest day of the year when Lily first saw him. She was walking home from school, bundled tightly in her puffy blue coat, her red mittens swinging at her sides. Snowflakes danced around her like tiny frozen stars, and the sky was already beginning to darken, even though it was only 4 in the afternoon. That's when she saw the dog. He was huddled under a park bench, shivering. His fur was patchy, matted with dirt and ice, and his ribs showed through his sides. One paw was tucked beneath him, the other slightly lifted as if it hurt to touch the ground. Lily stopped in her tracks. Most people would have kept walking. Maybe they'd glance and feel a pang of pity before hurrying home. But not Lily. She crouched down, her breath forming soft clouds in the air. "Hi," she said softly, careful not to frighten him. The dog lifted his head just a little. His eyes were tired, not mean or wild, just tired, like he'd been waiting a long time for someone to see him. "You're all alone?" she whispered. He didn't bark, didn't growl. He just watched her. Lily took off one of her red mittens and slowly reached into her coat pocket. She had half a peanut butter sandwich from lunch, wrapped in a napkin. She tore it in half and gently placed it on the ground, just a little away from him. "You can have it," she said. "It's not much, but it's something." The dog sniffed, then crawled forward, limping slightly, and took the food. He didn't take his eyes off her. Lily sat with him for a while, until the cold began to nip at her nose, and her fingers were too frozen to stay. "I'll come back," she promised. "I'll bring help. Don't move, okay?" She ran the rest of the way home, her backpack bouncing with every step. When she burst through the front door, snow trailing behind her boots, her mother looked up in alarm. "Lily, you're freezing!" "There's a dog!" Lily gasped, pulling off her coat. "In the park. He's hurt. He's all alone." Her mother paused. "Are you sure it's safe?" "He's not scary. He's sad." They looked at each other for a moment. Then Lily's mom nodded. "Get your boots back on." They drove to the park, a blanket and an old towel in the back seat. The dog was still there, exactly where she'd left him. He didn't move as they approached, but his eyes followed Lily's every step. "It's okay," she whispered again. "We're going to help you." Gently, her mother wrapped the dog in the towel and lifted him into the car. He didn't resist. At the vet's office, they learned the dog had no chip, no collar, no signs of anyone looking for him. His paw was sprained, but treatable. He was severely underweight and dehydrated, but with care, he'd recover. "He's lucky she found him," the vet said, smiling at Lily. "You might have saved his life." Lily named him Shadow because he followed her everywhere from that day on, quiet and close, like he had been waiting just for her. He healed slowly, gaining weight, regrowing his fur, learning that he could trust again. Lily read to him after school, sang to him at bedtime, and fed him treats under the kitchen table when her mom wasn't looking. He slept curled up at the foot of her bed every night, one paw always touching her foot, as if afraid she'd disappear in her sleep. One snowy morning, nearly a year later, Lily and Shadow walked through the same park. She wore her red mittens again, and Shadow walked proudly beside her, healthy and strong. A woman passed by, smiled, and said, "That's a beautiful dog." Lily smiled and scratched behind his ears. "Yeah," she said, "he's my best friend." And Shadow, as if he knew, gave her hand a gentle lick, his eyes full of the quiet love that needed no words. Because sometimes, the smallest hands can heal the biggest wounds, and sometimes, one red mitten and half a sandwich are all it takes to change a life forever.